how I do my sourdough, I'm doing the small video. So the first step is getting the starter ready. So my starter is in the fridge. Oof, it smells very sour and tangy, but it's definitely good. There's not much in it, but I just feed it. So 1 part water, 1 part rye flour, Vollkorn. In Germany, it's called Roggenvollkorn. Always touch the water so you know it's not too hot. It's not too hot. Water is not too hot. No, it's not burning. In it goes. I put the water first in, so you get the starter everywhere, like really diluted into the water. And now comes the Roggenmehl. So I needed to put it in another glass because my other glass was too small. So now you just mix it until you kind of don't see any dry parts anymore. And now the starter needs to rest about, depending on the room temperature. In summer it's faster, in winter it's slower, depending also how you heat. So when this doubles, it's ready. Usually it takes around 4 hours. Yeah, but it's not so strict. You can also do it after 5 or 6 hours, I find. Because with rye, when it's this thick, it doesn't fall down again, so it just stays up and it's nice and bubbly. I just leave it now for 4 hours with a cloth. And then I put it into a corner where it's not going to be moved. So I'm just going to put it here between the plants. Back here.
Part 1 complete!
Step 2. The starter is kind of ready. Look, it's growing. I usually use the bowl, reuse it again, there's stuff in it because it's kind of annoying to wash it always because it's really sticky. And now you can just go with this thing. And then everything goes kind of there. And then I chuck it away. So my measurement is 1 part starter, 2 parts water, 3 parts flour. I love you. Okay, first step, I put the starter in. Look how nice and fluffy it is. Do you have a close-up? And then I put the water. So I already put the salt in here. Salt, I just measured it on my hand. That's a bit lots, but it's fine. It's 2 big tablespoons. And then 800 water. And then I just mix it. So I let the starter dissolve in the water. I just mix it a bit in. Is flour. You'll figure out with some fail and error what works well for you, what you like more. So in Germany we use the type 550 Weizenmehl, but you can also use Dinkelmehl. And then the next one is 1050. So I put 550, I still have other packets here, about 900 grams. 900 grams. And the better quality flour you get, the better the bread will turn out. 1200, boom. And in this step, I also sometimes put in this, here in this soup, I put seeds in, sunflower, sesame, oats even, and then I chuck the flour in. But today I won't do it with any seeds, I'm just doing it like this. Then I just put it in. And now we mix it. And now we're gonna do a mixing swap because my arm is hurting and Maya will mix.
Eventually, the water gets it all wet.
5 minutes mixing. Bam, bam, bam. And now we just leave it to rest. Depending, like people, I do 4 hours usually, but sometimes I'm longer out, then it's like 5 or 6 hours, and it's totally okay. And in this whole process, I don't do anything with it. Sometimes I do pull and fold, and I just do it once, sometime in when I want to do it. So, but sometimes you don't need to do anything, and you just leave it for like 4 or 5 hours. Anyways, resting time for the baby. And with your starter, so this is a good amount that it next time definitely like won't be fast enough. Put the lid on, and it goes into the fridge. Hygiene. Now, my baby starter. Good bread bake. Needs a lot of love. Oops, it doesn't fit in the fridge. Hey. So it's dark again. It's winter time here in Berlin. So we just came back from hiking. This is how the dough looks like after I think 5 hours. And now sometimes after an hour I do stretch and fold. I'll just do it now. I wet my hands a bit. Sprinkle. And then stretch and fold. And while you do it, you turn the bucket, the bowl, stretch and fold. Stretch and fold. Stretch and fold. Stretch and fold. Okay. I do this about like for, I would say, a good 3 minutes. Or even when you feel just it's getting a bit tight, actually you don't even need to do it so long. It's like the less work, the better. And then, because I'm doing it now before my shaping, I stretch and fold it, and then I leave it for 30 more minutes or 15 so the dough can rest a bit, and then I start doing my shaping. But you can notice already the dough is getting tighter. It's not anymore so. Step 4 is shaping.
No. Which step is this?
Step 4. Yeah. The dough is wet. It is wetter than usual. Explain. You do like an envelope fold. Envelope fold. 1, zip, zip, fold, zip. And then the last bit goes round. Then pushing underneath and turning around.
Wow.
So this gets stretched a bit, and then there's like Spannung. Spannung.
Tension.
Some tension, yeah, there's tension in it. Envelope fold.
1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it over.
Okay, this is the first shaping, and after this we wait an hour, and then the second shaping comes where you put it in the form. So. Okay, not the last step. The fifth step is the last shaping step, and for that I use simple bowls to put the dough in, and I use a kitchen towel, a clean one, of course. And then I put some rice flour, like lightly sprinkling it on so it doesn't stick. Doesn't need to be so much. To the bready. Turn around, and the folding technique again. And like I do like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I like push and twist, like push underneath and twist. And then I pull a bit, just like pulling with the scraper thing. And then there's like this tension that builds. And you don't need to do it this long how I'm doing, but I just enjoy doing it. That's why I do it. And then you take it, turn it around, and put it upside down into the bowl. And then you sprinkle a bit of the rice flour on top, so the cloth doesn't stick on it. And it doesn't need to be so much, just a tiny bit. And then I chuck them in the fridge.
Overnight.
My babies. Tuck them into bed. Look, I'm tucking the blanket over them. And I'm saying good night to them. Good night, sweetheart. Tomorrow you're gonna be in my tummy. Super happy. Okay, so they're gonna stay overnight, 10 to 14, 16 hours, however long you sleep. Okay, so when I clean up, I leave it kind of all dry, because when you wet it, it gets really sticky and it's just gonna get messy. So I use the scraper and just scrape. Then I leave it with a wet cloth. Good morning. So now we had a good rest. I woke up. The bread has been in there for like 15 hours, but it's fine. It's chill. And I take 2 out for the first session. They look like these. And when you press in them and it goes up like that, it's good. But usually it's not like overproofing when it like folds over, but this looks good. And then I switch on the oven. On the highest heat you have at your home, ours is 250. And I use these as my Dutch ovens. And it's very important to put them in the oven so they get hot. Upside down. And now we just wait till the oven gets hot. And then I'll show you another technique if you don't have these kind of Dutch oven-y thingies. So the oven light now switched off, so it's hot enough. But I totally forgot I always sharpen my knife before, because a lot of people live here and it just gets very fast unsharp. So I take a small knife and sharpen it on the back of the plate. Now this process is like, you kind of need to do it fast, but also not. It's like, yeah, you'll see. You'll see. Hot plate. Upside down, and then I cut like a centimeter kind of in. Okay, and then I have a spray bottle with water as well. I put a bit of water on it so the crust gets nice, not too much, and then close it. Okay, so the first baking step is in these pots for 20 minutes, 250, and then I take them out of the pots and bake for like 10 to 13 minutes, 190 degrees Celsius. 20 minutes are over and I take the bread out. Every oven is a bit different, so you need to just check how your oven is. This oven, it like gets brownish brown. It's quite dark, so I need to put this one higher now. In my oven, maybe your oven is different. And this one was in the back, so I put it in the front now. And now I leave it for 10 to 13 minutes on 200, 190. Should I leave it open again? Cut it out. Anyways, okay, so like I think 10 minutes are done. Maybe a bit more, but the bread looks kind of cute. Looks like nice brown, got a nice brown texture. We can go also for more caramelized, but I kind of like it like this. Can I take it out? And here, if you like hear the bread. Knock knock, knock knock, who's there? Yummy bread. Okay, now for the second version, we prepare 2 trays. So if you don't have the glass ones, this is how I do it. 2 trays in, so they're nice and hot. One comes in the middle, one comes on the very down. Yeah, and then we put again on 250, and so we wait till the oven is again 250, and then we do the second round of bread baking. And for this version, we need boiling water. That's cooking right there. Cooking, it's finished cooking. Then we take the first thing out. A bit too close. It's fine, you can't really move them anymore. Bit of water. And pull this one out. Beginning I used to do it like this. This oven is also quite a good oven. It has like a good water, humid stuff can go in the back out. With old ovens I would watch out doing this method, because the old ovens can break because it gets too humid inside. And a friend told me that their oven broke like this. For the second round, because then they're getting too brown. Das nehmen wir so aufpassen da. now like maybe 10 minutes. So the second bread's already. This is how they look. Boom! Not so bad. And then I'm not gonna put anything anymore in the oven. The second round, I let them cool down in the oven and leave the oven a tiny bit open like this so the hot air goes. And through this slow cooling situation, the crust is more crisp and it can hold better, keep the bread better for longer. So I'm gonna just take one out. It's hot. Look. Oh, it's too hot. Oh, the crust is though. The crust is good. Ow. Ow. Okay. So these two breads were done without the glass layer. They look quite good. I didn't cut so well. That's why they look a bit not so well shaped. But this one was in the glass. And I let them rest like for about an hour. And now you can see. Nice. Good sourdough. Let's cut one of these ones. Maybe this one. Or this one. It's tiny. So this one is still a bit warmer. But yeah, kind of the same result. So yeah. My Freddy, my babies. Oops, I did it wrong. We need to cut it. Stop. Oh no, I stopped it.
Okay, you look crazy.
But I put two